It's something, honestly, that I know it's scary for other people to go through, and it's honestly scary for myself to put myself through as well, because it's just not something that you normally think of in a positive light. Hello, my people. So this video is sort of just gonna be like a little chitty chatty life update talk for you guys. Some things are changing in my life that I want to update you on. Things in my diet are gonna be changing, things in my workout routine are gonna be changing. Just sort of bring you through these changes and, you know, make it into a little vlog series. So the first main change, so I don't drag this on for 10 years because I know that's annoying, and then you read in the comments, people are like,
she finally starts talking about it at minute 3.
The first main change has to do with my diet, and it's something, honestly, that I know it's scary for other people to go through, and it's honestly scary for myself to put myself through as well, because it's just not something that you normally think of in a positive light, and that is adding in more food into my diet. I will be reverse dieting actually starting today. Starting yesterday. I want to actually film a vlog of like my first day of reverse dieting, but I left my camera charger at Danny's and it's still at Danny's, so I had to go get a new one today. Regardless, that is completely besides the point. I'm reverse dieting. Now the reason for this, let me backtrack. I started cutting back in the end of December, like early January, end of December. That's when I first started cutting. It is now freaking July, guys. Like, it's July. But when I started cutting, I was not very on point with it. A lot happened between January and now that a lot of things I wasn't expecting. My uncle passed away. There was a lot of, you know, emotional stuff going on there. I went to Tampa. I went to the Arnold. I went to visit Danny in Boston last weekend. I graduated college. Like, so many things were happening that were so out of the norm that it was really hard for me to have a consistent schedule to really see that fat loss. I did see fat loss. I saw plenty of fat loss, like about, I don't know, anywhere from like 7 to 10 pounds, which was great, but it just took a really long time for me to get there. Where I'm at now, I am not as lean as I wanted to be. At the end of my cut, I'm not as lean as I was last year when I was cutting, and that was really hard for me to look at and accept and say, you know, I still think the best thing for me to do is get out of a cut. You know, when you just look back at pictures where you were last year, or, you know, you're not at the goal weight that you wanted to be or the goal leanness, etc., that you wanted to be, but realizing that for your overall health and, you know, metabolic health, it's best for you to not cut anymore. You know, it's your heart and your head pulling against each other. And that was really hard for me to like look at my body and be like, I do want to lose more fat, but right now I think what's best for me is to reverse diet. And the reason I came to this conclusion was, one, because I've been cutting for so long. Since like January to July, I've been in a deficit of calories. You know, like, I was in a surplus for so long. 2,500 calories is what I was eating. I was just ending my cut at 1,500 calories, and I'm basically maintained right now, which terrifies me that, you know, my maintenance calories are 1,500 calories. So I decided it's time to work on my metabolism, get my metabolism up and running again, and get those calories up. That, and this year has been really tough on my family with a lot of things that have happened with both my grandmother and my uncle passing away from absolutely disgusting diseases. My grandma had Alzheimer's and my uncle had cancer. My uncle, his life was taken within 6 months of him finding out he had cancer. It was a hard battle that he fought. My grandma, she had been battling Alzheimer's for years and years and years and years, and for the past, I don't even know how many years, she hasn't spoken a word, or, you know, been able to walk, or been able to know who we are. So seeing their struggles and seeing them go through that stuff, you know, the only thing you can do is try to find a positive in it. And for me, it's, you know, taking their struggles and making my life better, meaning focusing more on the day-to-day, the, you know, living in the moment, being with family, being with friends, you know, laughing around the fire pit. My dad this weekend, he got this, I don't know, campfire thing that he was so excited about. It like makes weird sandwiches, like hot sandwiches. I don't even know how to explain it, but he was so excited about it. He wanted to test it out. He made like 4 different kinds of sandwiches, and we all like were doing little samples of them. And if I was as, you know, on point and, you know, so perfect with my cut, and so focused on losing even more fat than I have, I would have said no to all of that and no to, you know, enjoying that experience with them. But I didn't. I decided, like, I'm sick of letting food rule my life, letting this cut rule my life. I'm going to enjoy these things. I had the food with them. It was so much fun. We had a great time. It's a memory we're going to have forever. And that's what matters to me right now. The struggles that my uncle and my grandma went through, they just taught me that, like, life is happening now, and, you know, you can have these goals and absolutely work towards them. You know, if fat loss is something that you're on the train for, go for it 100%, but don't forget to live life along the way, and there's no need to get to extremes. You know, I'm at a happy level right now. I'm at a happy body fat percentage. My body's happy. I feel energized all the time. I'm not sluggish throughout the day. And that's good. And that's, you know, there's no need to push it past that. I'm confident and I'm happy, and I don't need to be shredded to prove that I'm fit. I don't need to be shredded to prove that I'm, you know, worthy of your attention or worthy of Instagram's attention, whatever. I'm worthy now. I'm worthy, you know, 5 pounds heavier, 10 pounds heavier. It doesn't matter. Life is happening at all times, not just when you're super shredded and lean. So that is why I decided to start reverse dieting. Now let me take you through exactly how this is going to be happening. So I have a couple of videos on reverse dieting. I think actually maybe just one video on reverse dieting, but it kind of takes you through why it works and why it's important for people who have been, you know, in a deficit for a really long amount of time. For me, it's 1,500 calories. For some people, it's even lower. It's like 1,200 calories, 1,100 calories that you've been eating for years, and, you know, you just need to get out of that to help your metabolism run up again. So the way you reverse diet, it really depends on you and your body type. You can try out different caloric ranges, but for the most part, it's between 50 and 150 calories that you add back into your diet either every week or every other week. I'm going to be sticking more to like the every other week thing, just to take it slow, make sure I'm watching progress, not just in, you know, the mirror, but also my weight progress, etc., to make sure I'm not gaining too quickly or anything like that. The hope is that you won't really gain much at all. Reverse dieting, the whole point of it is to wake up your metabolism and, you know, see as little amount of fat gain as possible, which actually is crazy that some people actually lose fat when they start reverse dieting, because their metabolism wakes up so much that they can start burning the fat that they've been trying to burn. So I started out, like I said, it was 1510 calories for the past month, maybe, I don't really know. So I added in another 100 calories, so I'm at 1610 calories. Now for protein, for the most part, it's going to stay about the same whether you're cutting or bulking. When you're cutting, you're going to raise it maybe a little bit just so that you can make sure you maintain your muscle mass. But when you go into bulking, when you go into reverse dieting, protein pretty much stays about the same, which is like 0.8 to 0.9 times your body weight in pounds. So that's what I haven't really added any calories into protein, but I have increased my carbs and my fats. It's something you can play around with, you know, how much you want to add to each one. I add a lot of mine to carbs just because I love carbs and my body thrives off more carbs. That is another reason that I decided to go into a reverse diet. My muscles feel tiny as heck. Tiny as heck. My leg muscles feel like this. So I added in mostly 2 carbs, and we're gonna see how it goes. Again, I just started on Monday. I'm going to take you through the whole process, do weekly updates and everything, vlog videos, full day of eating, everything like that, to take you through that. I also have a bunch of super exciting things happening in the next couple months. On Friday, there's something really exciting happening that I can't really tell you guys about just yet, but you'll see in the future. Next week, there's something super exciting coming. In August, I'm going to San Diego to check out some places to eventually move there. I'm going to Vegas in September to go to the KNFIT event. Like, guys, life is just crazy right now, and I'm so happy. Those are just my life updates. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to the orthopedic tomorrow because I might have a stress fracture. If you don't watch my story or my Instagram, like, I don't know what's going on. I have this pain going on in my leg that I've had for a little bit now, and I'm nervous as heck that something is not good. So I'm getting a check tomorrow, and that may affect my split in the future, which we'll talk about. that is about it for this video. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on my diet and everything that's going on, because I know I've pretty much been in deficit forever. Not actually, but I have always been talking about this deficit that I was in, because I really was in it for a long time. Life was crazy, a lot of bad things, a lot of good things happened, and now we're finally back on track, getting back to those higher calories, and I can't wait to have more food. That is about it. If you guys have any questions about reverse dieting or anything like that, comment down below. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.